Hey all, welcome back to the Beauty of Life channel. We spend so much of our lives rushing through every single moment in anticipation for the next thing we need. There's a lot that pertains to this topic, and with the way that my mind works, I'm sure it'll be entertaining listening to me stretch a topic in so many directions. Now, this may be a little difficult for some of you, and my hope is that you will open your heart, hear me speaking from my heart, and from my experiences and perception of life, and understand that I come from a place of love for all of you. Can we talk about family? How has this year treated yours? I'd like to take a moment to just be present with you wherever you are, because I understand that sometimes a pep talk isn't what's needed. Maybe you need someone to break crap with. Maybe you just need an ugly shower cry. Whatever you need. I mean, maybe not break crap just because it could be dangerous and most likely regrettable. Just know that if I could wave a magic wand and solve all the problems in the world today, I absolutely would do that. But that's not a one-person job though, is it? It takes a strong family. And I understand that these days especially, family is subjective, so whatever that means to you. Maybe you're not particularly close with your biological family, but you do have the opportunity to create one of your own. It may not look exactly the way you imagined, but that's the real beauty of life. What do you think a strong family is made of? Do you feel that it's important for the head or heads of the household to lead by example? So many of our families, our people, are overworked and run down. I want a world that supports self-care. It shouldn't be a luxury. It should be a way of life. You know, this year slowing down the way that it has really gave me the opportunity to schedule in some time for myself. And I'm so grateful for that because it came at such a tremendous cost. And I don't want to take that for granted. I spend a lot of time in reflection, and I can usually trace back the moment when I asked for exactly what I have. It never looks the way that I imagined it, and sometimes it feels like the universe is just being sarcastic. Has this year revealed a new or a stronger family to you? I feel like I have just gotten in a place where I'm really starting to build out that circle that really just complements me as an individual, sort of like that ecosystem we spoke of in my first video. Leadership in a family is no easy job. Remember when that was like the ultimate accomplishment, and then you get there and now your entire family depends on you. All eyes are on you at all times, every move being recorded, and now you have to be mindful of your behavior because you are the standard. There's no time to deal with things, so we're just throwing things together, doing the best that we can, and hope that our family represents us accurately. I'm working on tightening up my leadership skills. For me, it's about love and duty. I made the choice to have children, so I'm responsible for their outcome and their impact on the world. My children look to me for that example. No pressure, right? Of course, children have their own path. They are eventually going to be their own person and make their own choices, and we can't control them. In my opinion, an effective leader does lead by example. I remind the children of that too. I'm always finding myself telling the oldest child in the room, lead by example. Someone is always watching. I believe there are a lot of good leaders out there. I also believe that a lot of those people lack the confidence to lead for some reason. So many of us carry around insecurities that debilitate us. We let other people plant bad bugs in our garden. There are many ways to care for a garden, and it needs continuous care to bear its best fruit. Now, depending on what sources you trust, you'll hear some say that pesticides are the absolute best way to go, while others prefer organic methods because it saves the good bugs. One thing all gardeners agree on is that the bad bugs have to go. You have to be mindful of the different types of soil and what nutrients are required, and you have to be able to differentiate between the good bugs and the bad bugs. I prefer the organic method because those good bugs make my job so much easier. Even wasps. I had an entire battalion this year guarding my plants while I grew into gardening. They didn't get rid of all of the bad bugs, but they proved to be one heck of a front line. The rest was up to me. I had to take time to get to know each plant, the individual needs of that plant, and what was most likely to plague it. Understanding the true nature of your garden and what's required to care for it makes the process so much easier to enjoy. Then you have this beautiful and amazing fruit that grew under your care and encouragement that you can now share with the world. And what's more is you can even harvest the seeds from that fruit and continue sharing that fruit for generations. Now, before you decide to make a drinking game of my use of the word fruit, let me just end this by saying I look forward to our next visit as we work together toward a more beautifully balanced life.